continue.
Yeah, this morning I had the best fucking pan con bistec ever.
What is code switching?
Yeah.
No?
Dude, I have no idea what this code switching is. No idea. But if I had to guess, it would be like the codes that you put in on the web, like people that use like social networking sites like you know, Facebook and YouTube and stuff.
Code switching I think has to do something with like crime and trying to find out what something means.
My name is Eric. From the Bronx. I'm 30 years old.
How's everything? My name's Mike. From the Bronx as well. 32.
How you doing? My name is Zach. I'm 31. From the Bronx.
And my name is Christina. My name is Diana. I'm 24.
My name is Beverly Rosenzweig. I'm 30 years old.
Omar Abdullah, and I am 21 years old. I'm 30 years old.
My name is David Ateortua, and I'm 31 years old.
Her name is Lucy Rosenzweig.
Okay, what's your name and age?
My name is Carlos Rodriguez. I'm 16.
My name is Michelle and I'm 16.
It's Michelle Tapia. I am 32.
My name is Michelle and I'm 16 years old.
I'm Dudian.
My name is Milton Pilate. I'm 20 years old.
I'm 17 years old.
I speak English and Spanish.
I speak English. Io hablo espagnolo e anche parlo un po' di italiano, ma non molto. What language do you feel more
I
comfortable?
speak English and Spanish, but the dominant language I would have to say is English. I just feel more comfortable. But
I speak English only. Just English and a little bit of Ebonics.
I speak Spanish and English.
I speak just English. I should really speak Spanish. I grew up around Spanish people all my life, so there's no excuse, but just English.
Don't touch me.
I speak English and a little bit of Spanish. No, a little bit of Spanish and a little bit of Korean.
English and Spanish.
Fulani, English, French, and Susu.
What languages do you speak? What language?
I speak Spanish and English.
I speak English, a little bit of Spanish, definitely Spanish, and a little bit of Portuguese.
Oh yeah, Portuguese. Well, I understand Portuguese. Code switching. It would be when you switch codes. Code switching is like when you switch in between languages in a conversation.
so apparently, code switching is switching between two languages in the context of one conversation.
you use it?
I use it without thinking about it. Like, I could be having a conversation with someone and it just comes out. That's just natural right now.
I do that at home a lot because my parents speak Spanish, but obviously I feel more comfortable with English. So if 1 minute I'm speaking to my daughter and I'm telling her to do something in English, but my mom is asking me, I'll immediately answer in Spanish.
One of them told me about a word like that's in Spanish, but there's no direct translation for it.
Usually with my mother when I'm speaking to her in the house. When she's asking me to do things like laundry, take out the garbage, I'm like, Mama, take out the garbage instead of, because sometimes I don't know how to say take out the garbage in Spanish.
I'm talking about like certain type of foods. I don't say like chicken and rice in English. I say a word for morning.
If I don't know how to say a word in English, I just switch to always saying like, oh, I'm about to go to la tienda, like I'm going to the store. Sometimes it just comes out.
If I'm amongst other people that speak Spanish, I suddenly switch back and forth.
Yeah, he was telling me a story about his old coworker.
The moment I know they speak Spanish, bro, I'm back and forth. Say I was gonna like go to the like una cafeteria, and there you go, a cafeteria. This is exactly what I was just about to say, actually.
He just
You don't
code
you don't need code
switching.
switching.
When I argue with my parents, I'm more confident using English, but sometimes they don't understand.
We all used it because we were either like too stupid to say the word in English or Spanish, or whatever
Sometimes
reason.
they would say, oh, we're gonna go eat Chinese food, and then they would say what the word is in Chinese, and then I'll get confused, like what? So they use that
I
around.
feel like when I go into like Chinatown, they're always talking in Chinese Japanese, some Asian language, and I'm just looking at them like, what are you
coworker
saying?
that David spoke Spanish with, he spoke Spanish, English, Spanglish, and these were things that like probably like got them to feel more comfortable around each other and like got them to be more friendly to each other.
But I think it's more like of a comfort thing, like people code switch to make themselves more comfortable.
I was Korean. Like if I'm going to the store and I'm buying something, like certain words you'll use because you want to have a common bond with them about something.
Are you trying to pick up women with this tape?
Yeah. Each language has something that one language doesn't have. So therefore people pick the best words that express their feelings or their emotions. And that's why they'll jump back and forth with English.
I guess there is a word. It was to gossip in English, which to them sounds better when they say "bonchichera." So,
my jokes in Spanish, they don't translate well. Like my sarcasm, people just take it as like the truth. I'm like,
Party, I was switching codes because there was a girl in the car and I didn't want her to hear what we was talking about. So I switched the codes.
But then they start talking to you, like I'm pretty sure they're talking about you to each other, but then they start talking to you.
If you know clearly that they're talking about you in a rude manner, then I don't like it.
When they're talking English and they go into a different language, I feel it might be like they might be talking about somebody else, but they don't want that person to know what they're saying. I feel like that's the biggest one. You know, that you don't want the other person to know you're talking about.
And then all of a sudden they want to make a comment about someone, like they'll start talking in Spanish, and you know, I always tell them like that's not nice because first of all, you never know who knows what language, so some people surprise you when they speak a language and you know, then you're like embarrassed that
But you know, that's just screwing around or whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty passive aggressive, so if somebody, you know, a lot of times people might think I'm Dominican and start talking to me in Spanish, I usually just nod like I understand.
You look Dominican. You do look Dominican.
sometimes I just like saying yo mateo.
Someone, like they were in an elevator and they wanted to talk about someone else in the elevator, you can just start talking.
I think that it's wrong to do that. If you're going to speak it the right way. Don't try to speak it, for like a sentence, don't try to use some Spanish, some English. Just use.
Nah, it doesn't bother me. It makes me want to know what they're saying. Like I ask them, what is that? And then they'll tell me.
Upset that they don't speak English, or you know, it just gets us more excited to learn their language.
Yes, okay.
Hey, doggy.
And then you go,
Ruff, 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 ruff. Doggy. That was code switching.
You know what we're gonna eat? We're gonna eat some tostones. Did you see what I just did?
Talk about
I would never in my
code
life
switching.
say